Good evening, Madam President Nahabadian, Dr. Sheehan, and fellow board members. I wanted to take a few minutes to first off address an unintentional misquote of what I said at the last meeting by Mrs. Boger, who's not here with us tonight. I never said that GUSD is selling kids' private information to third parties. I said that I don't want this information sold, meaning that if you understand the relationship of the data mining that will be occurring through testing and the Common Core, you'll understand the possibilities of third parties being able to share or sell information that you release as public record. In 2008 and 2011, amendments to the Family Educational Rights Privacy Act gave third parties, including private companies, increased access to student data. It's significant that in 2008, the amendments to FERPA expanded the definitions of school officials who have access to student data to include contractors, consultants, volunteers, and other parties to whom an educational agency or institution has outsourced institutional services or functions it would otherwise use employees to perform. This change has the effect of increasing the market for student data. So to say that you won't be sharing student data with third parties indicates to me that you haven't done your homework on what you signed our kids up for. Common Core depends on collection of student data to monitor implementation and measure success. Schools across the country will contract with third-party vendors to provide products, programs, and services in order to meet the Common Core requirements. My question to you, hopefully to be answered at a later time, is will this data be personally identifiable data of our kids? I know that in the past you've hired a company called Geo-Listening to analyze what students post on social networking sites such as Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for safety measures, and I'm wondering how you will be implementing further tracking of our students with other third-party groups as we move ahead educationally. So any heads up on future plans would be greatly appreciated. I wanted to switch gears quickly and address the Wi-Fi report that you finally made available to the concerned parents. I wanted to thank you for that, and I'll be reviewing it with a specialist as soon as possible. In the interim, I've also asked for the report from back in 2009 about the National Electric Code and OSHA violations that were in my child's kindergarten classroom when I paid for a specialist to come out to verify the faulty wiring. There's a large electrical panel that remains in that room that is an OSHA violation, and kids are sitting directly in front of this panel. When back in 2009 I had it partitioned off to quarantine that area and keep children away from it. I know that Measure S funding wasn't just for technology, but for renovating, repairing, and upgrading projects that included electrical maintenance. So I'll be in further contact regarding those reports. Regarding the Wi-Fi issue, there's no denying the fact that you all continue to unintentionally green-light carcinogens in our children's classrooms. And I'll reiterate, non-ionizing radiation from these Wi-Fi routers and their devices is a Class 2B carcinogen, and no amount of jokes at the expense of our children's health or attacking the science is going to change that fact. Countries throughout Europe that have banned Wi-Fi in their schools don't care more about their children than we do, bless you. They simply know when to take precaution, especially when it comes to our children's health. I'm glad that we had representatives from the EPA here earlier tonight because they also have a respected position on the health and safety of Wi-Fi. Senior scientist Norbert Hankin of the EPA, Office of Radiation and Indoor Air, and chairman of the Federal Radio Frequency Interagency Work Group, when he was questioned about the health and safety concerns of wireless in the classroom, Mr. Hankin said, and this is a quote, "In my personal opinion, I would not do it," end quote. He further stated that there are animal studies showing health issues with short-term exposures to non-ionizing RF radiation. Mr. Hankin expressed concern about children who would be close to transmitting antennas and exposed to prolonged low-intensity transmissions, and he likened it to being in a room of cell phones running all day long. Mr. Hankin suggested that the hardwired portable classroom scenario was a safer way to go. He also said that the RF penetrates deeper into a child's brain, and more brain tissue would be exposed. He added that not all brain cells have been developed in children, with some cells in the cerebellum in the back of the brain taking 10 years to develop. Cumulative damages in DNA may in turn affect cell functions. DNA damage that accumulates in cells over a period of time may be the cause of slow onset diseases such as cancer. So I urge you to explore the hardwired Ethernet connections of the Google Chromebooks as opposed to using Wi-Fi and having an environmentally hazardous carcinogen just randomly floating in and out of every child's classroom all day, every day. So hopefully we can explore that as we move ahead. Thank you.